Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. I just wanted to come on here, you guys. Sorry, I've got skincare underneath my eyes. That's like really greasy looking. Okay, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I'm going to reschedule our big book study that we usually do for tonight on Tuesdays, you guys. Hey, Sonia. I'm going to reschedule the big book study for tomorrow night. And believe me, I have reasons for this, okay? There's nothing wrong. Everything's okay. I'm okay. I just, honestly, you guys, when I do the big book studies, I like to be ready to do it. And today I have Nathaniel, and my husband doesn't get off till 10 o'clock tonight. Now, I could do it later on tonight, like after 10 when Neil gets home. But here's the thing, you guys, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm trying to keep my son off of the videos as much as possible because I have people that are trolling me, and I'm just trying to protect my child, you know what I mean? And you guys know how Nathaniel is. When we do the live streams in the evening and I'm downstairs, he wants to come in there and sit in the room with me. And I just don't want to... I'm not afraid of these people. I'm not threatened by them at all. I want to protect my son. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to be more mindful of of him getting on camera. You know what I'm saying? I knew this day was going to come. Hey, Robbie. I knew this day was going to come. Hey, Richard. Hey, Krissy. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Straight Talking. Hey, Jamie. Sorry, guys. I knew this day was going to come, you guys, when I was going to have to start being more mindful of my child on video. But you guys know, like, Nathaniel loves you guys, and he loves the YouTube channel, and he loves talking and saying hi, and I just feel bad whenever, he comes on and he wants to say hi. And I have to tell him not to come over here. Because he wants to come over and say hi. And you guys, like, I love my son more than anything. I would never hurt him. If anything, I don't discipline him enough. And so, what, baby?
Can they hear us?
They can hear you, yes.
What's this?
Okay. You can say hi, but I'm not going to put you on the camera, okay? So go ahead. See, he already knows. He wants to say hi to y'all. He's gargling water, y'all. He wants y'all to hear it. They all said, hey, Nate. Hey, Nate.
Hi.
Hi. So what I want to do is I'm pretty sure that Neil is either off tomorrow night or gets off early, so that way he'll be home, he can keep Nate distracted, and I can do the video. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read half of thank you. Hey no Nightbot cares. I am going to go ahead and pre-record me reading the half of the half of the more about alcoholism chapter. So that's what I'm still going to do. I'm going to have that up in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read it. That way you can listen into it tonight. I'll just have it. You'll see. I'll have it on a black screen. Okay. And you can just listen to my voice, and I'm going to read the chapter. Okay. We're going to do half the chapter, just like we've been doing, splitting the chapters in half, and then we'll discuss it tomorrow. How about that? Okay. And well, is everybody cool with that? Oh, so that way it'll be up, and you'll at least be able to hear the reading tonight. I hope that helps you guys. And I hate feeling like I'm letting these people win, but sometimes there's just things just happen that are out of our control, and I'd rather play it safe, you know what I mean, than have Nathaniel in any kind of harm's way, you know what I mean? because I know you guys. I know y'all understand. I've been thinking about it because I was talking to Krissy today on the phone, and I was talking to Captain Napton, and I was talking to Sonia on text messages, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm just like, I've got to start being more strict with him being on camera. Because you guys, there's people out there that are sick, that like they get their rocks off on seeing other people struggling or other people being hurt. And so I like to believe that everybody is just like trying to have fun on YouTube and just, be kind and loving, and that's just not the case. It's not the case. And I sometimes I'll go for like 6 months and I won't have any trolls, and then it'll be like I'll have just like a burst of them, and then they'll go away, and then they'll come back, and then they'll go away, and then they'll come back. So yeah, I hope y'all aren't too upset. I'm really, really sorry. Please understand that. Hey, is that Charlie? Hey, Charlie, what's up? I hope you guys understand, though. I hope y'all aren't too upset with me. Like, you guys know, like, I'm so consistent on doing these big book studies. I promise you that as soon as Neil gets home tomorrow, we will go live and we will do it. And I'm pretty sure he has to work tomorrow evening, so it'll probably be later on tomorrow evening. So a lot of you guys might be home from work by then. So don't be discouraged and don't think you're going to miss out, because you won't. And you guys know how I am. I go live all the damn time. So we'll have another day, and it'll be a good time. What are you talking about, Charlie? I have no idea who Cappy is. So anyway, I went into work really, really early this morning because Neil had to go in at noon. And the way we're having to do things right now, because Nate's out of school, is, last year Nate's grandma, Gigi, watched Nathaniel for us during the summer while I went to work. Well, she just had like major knee replacement. So she can't help me right now, which I totally understand. So what I'm doing is, I'm trying to stagger my time at work with Neil's time. So that way, one of us will always be here, watching the boy. Now, I'm probably going to start looking around and see if I can find like a little like class thing he can go to. It's summertime. Yeah. I'm going to try to get him into some kind of little summer school or summer, like, I don't know, they have these things called Mother's Day Out where the kids go and they like take them to do stuff, and they stay there from like 10 to 2. So it's cool. We're going to work it out. And then, next year, Nate starts kindergarten this next year. So, hey, Nancy, what's up? I want to just thank everybody who's come over and subscribed to my channel. I really, really appreciate the support. I talk a lot about recovery from addiction because that's what I'm currently going through in my life right now, is recovering from the disease of addiction, and I'm tapering off Suboxone. So I'm just documenting my journey in doing that. And I like to share, things that work for me and help me stay sober. So we do big book study on Tuesdays normally, but we're going to do it tomorrow night. And we do medically assisted treatment groups on Friday, where it's just support for those of you who are on methadone, Suboxone, Vivitrol, whatever medically assisted treatment you're on. I used to love those as a kid. I know, and I want to put them in Vacation Bible School too, you guys. I used to love that. I learned so much from those little Vacation Bible Schools. Like, I would come home, I remember, and like have all these little like things I would make my mom, like little paintings and stuff. And Nate came home the other day with his backpack from school packed full of all these little paintings that he made me at school. So I'm saving all of them, you guys. Like, they're all going to be saved in a little box that says Nate's little drawings from when he was little. But, and I wanted to tell you guys also, I'm not going to be talking about the Rewired Soul anymore on my channel. I just had to get that up off my chest because it really bothered me when I saw those videos that he put out talking about Suboxone, you guys, and acting as if he was in support of it, but then saying that, It's just it just didn't make no sense. So I wanted to stand up for that. You got stand up for what I believed in and just put it out there because I think there's a lot of people who are on his channel who don't understand and maybe they need guidance or maybe they need support. And so I want people to know that if they're on Suboxone or methadone, that they're not alone, and that what, it doesn't matter what way you get to recovery, you guys. Just like I keep quoting this guy Sofa King, because he commented on my video and he said it doesn't matter if you take a brand new truck and I take a bicycle, you take a plane, I take a car, it doesn't matter if you go on a dirt road and I take a paved road. We're all going to the same destination, and that's sobriety, right? We're all on the same journey, and none are better than the other. And it really took me a long time to understand that, because I struggled for a long time thinking, when you waste your energy on him, it gives him power and drains you. Oh, honey, I can take a licking and keep on ticking. It just, what was I going to tell you? He is the kind of person that I will waste my power, I will give power to all day long, because you guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. There's not many people who get up underneath my skin, but that guy right there just goes all over me. And it's because it's like this, it's like, it's a strange manipulation. It's like, I know what I'm talking about and you don't, peasant. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, ugh. I had to learn the hard way. Let me share something with you guys. I used to be a lot like Chris. I used to have this tough love, my way or the highway kind of attitude, right? You can watch my videos. Go back like 7, 8, 9 months, maybe even a year, and you'll see. I was very aggressive. Okay, and over time, I watched myself and I saw my videos and I saw how people responded to my videos. And I wanted people to come to the solution and find recovery, not be pushed away from it. So I started noticing that I was not catching many bees with the vinegar I was putting out. So I started putting out honey. I started being more kind with my delivery and a little gentle. Because here's the thing, you guys. Once I get you over here, you're going to find out that I'm a great person and that I mean well, right? But if you're just stopping by and you hear me barking orders at you and you hear me being aggressive and you hear me, telling you how you need to recover, then you might not want to stay for that. And so I want you to come over here and want to stay, So I've started adjusting the way I speak a little bit in a way where I'm more understanding and more loving and more just compassionate when I share, okay? Because I'd rather you guys come over here and want to stay here than to get put off by the first video you watch of me because I think I know everything, right? I really believe in energy vampires, people that feed on people's attention, sadness, and they are emotionally draining to be around. So that's why, I can understand that he really believes that he is right. And I believe that he believes that. I truly do, because I was the same way. But it just takes, I truly believe that what happens is, like right now, he's so far ahead of himself, he can't really see, right? But give it 6 months. Hopefully in 6 months, he'll look back and he'll realize, the mistakes that he was making. And hopefully he'll change them, But, well, I'm not going to sit around and wait for that. It's, what, Charlie? And I know a lot of people do need that, like, hey, the tough love. But here's the thing. I'm going to catch you. And once I get you over here and you get to know me, then I can tell you which I really need to tell you, right? But then I can contact you and we can talk on the phone and I can say, listen, I care about you. I don't want you to die. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you guys from experience, I have chased off so many people from the beginning because I was just a little too hard on them, and like I said, I would rather bring people into recovery than chase them away. And you know what? That's why I changed. I changed my views and my opinions and my outlooks on things, and I support every way to recovery. I want people to get it. I don't care how you get there. And that's why I really had to start looking inside of myself and seeing, why was it that I felt threatened by somebody else because they used kratom? Or why is it that I think that my recovery is better than this person because they're on methadone? Or why is it that I think medically assisted treatment is the gold standard for opiate recovery, right? Like, I had to start looking and seeing if it was because I was being biased, or it's because, I'm in that situation. And that's why I try to put myself back in the shoes of the active addict. And I try to remember what it was like when I was actively using drugs and alcohol. Because when I was actively using drugs and alcohol, it didn't matter what way you were going to tell me that I needed to do it. Like, if you had if you had an idea of something that was going to help me, like, especially when my little boy got taken away, the turning point, I was going to take it and try it, And so I just try to keep an open mind. And if somebody contacts me and they say, hey, I've been on opiates for X amount of years and this is what I'm doing, I always, hey, cutie pie, I got your message on Twitter, girl. Thank you so much. Yeah, her name is really Cutie Pie. Whenever I get a message from somebody and they tell me that, they've been on opiates or for X amount of years and that they've been struggling trying to get sober, I always recommend for a person to go see a physician, go talk to their doctor. I always recommend, hey, have you tried going to treatment? Have you tried going to meetings first? I never say, hey, guess what? You need to get on Suboxone. Guess what? You better take methadone. Never. That is not for me to decide. That's between you and your doctor. I am not a physician. I am not a counselor. I am not a therapist. I am not even a drug addict professional, like an addiction specialist. I am just an addict who has tried multiple ways to get sober and failed at them. And now I'm on Suboxone, and this is what's been working for me. I'm going to tell you guys, like, I've tried to get sober through abstinence many times. I've tried to get sober by taking methadone. But when I took methadone, I was not doing it the right way. I was abusing it, I'm glad that you have never been stubborn and not open to change. Girl, I used to be, Sonia. If you had been over here like a year ago, I was very, very adamant that, like, if you weren't working the 12 steps, that you weren't going to get sober. And I would say 12 steps in medically assisted treatment because I'm on medically assisted treatment, so I can't just X myself out. But now I truly believe that it doesn't matter if you're a 12-step in this 12-step fellowship, if you're just like going to church. Like, what happens is, this is what I believe happens. I believe each addict has a moment in their life where it's just like they are faced with two choices, either to go on and die or to choose life. And I feel like each person that happens at a different time for. It really doesn't matter what you're doing to get off drugs. All that matters is that you get off of them and you start changing behaviors and you start learning new coping skills. You can learn new coping skills through going to therapy. You can learn new coping skills like working a job and, hanging out with people that are clean. You can, you can do meetings, AA or NA or whatever A. Hey, J Crew, what's up? Yeah, this is the channel that the MAT support group is on, but the MAT support group is on Friday nights, but you're welcome in here anytime. I used to think that the only way to recover was through the 12 steps, you guys, and now I see many people who are doing it through, smart recovery and refuge recovery. And then I also see people who like take parts of the 12 steps and they take parts that work for them. And this is what I have learned that works. Take what you need and leave the rest behind. It rings true all the time, you guys. If you're here and you hear me sharing about 12 steps and God, because I believe in God, and that's not what you believe in, take what you need and leave the rest. If your higher power is not God, leave that part out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Pick the similarities. not the differences. Don't come in here and pick me apart because we're so different. Look at me and realize that we're a lot alike and that we're both struggling from the disease of addiction and we're both trying to do the right thing. You know, that's what we're all trying to do. We're all just trying to do better one day at a time. You know, hey, Haunted by the Truth. I'm so glad you said hi. It for the longest time, I struggled a lot because I would pick out all the ways that I wasn't like these people, right? I was like, oh, I'm not like them. But that's the thing. We're all so different. Remember what we read in the big book reading? What was it, last week or the week before? We are people that normally would not mix. We're from all ethnic backgrounds, all economic backgrounds, racial backgrounds, creeds, colors, religions, everything. And the thing that we have in common is our struggle, right? Our struggle with the disease of addiction. And that the thing that we have in common is that we want to recover. We want to find our recovery. What, baby? Would you please go in the room? See what I'm talking about, y'all? I can't even come across the hallway without this little children coming after me. He has to be right up underneath me like a little egg. I'm sitting on this little egg. So, for the longest time I struggled with that though, you guys, because I was trying to justify my behavior. I was trying to justify the fact that I was using drugs and alcohol. Hey, Manic. And that I thought I was going to be different. I thought that I would be able to, control my drinking and using and overcome addiction. But before me, there was all these other women before me who were telling me, like, Nicole, this is how we had to do it. This is how we had to get sober. But I wasn't listening to them because I thought that I could control it, And for a long time, I worked my hardest to try and control my addiction. I tried every different combination of drugs, okay? I've tried just drinking alcohol. I've tried just taking benzos. I've tried just taking opiates. I've tried putting them together, opiates and benzos. I've tried just shooting, not snorting, just shooting. I've tried just smoking.
I don't care.
Go. I've tried everything that there is imaginable to man to try and find that magic combination, right? And it just, finally, I was just like, this is not working. And when it became apparent that it wasn't working was when my son was taken. And I never want to get to that point again, you guys. I never want to put my child in harm's way because I am so selfish that I can't stop doing drugs, And so now that's what I use to help me stay sober, and you guys help me stay sober because I come on here and I talk with you guys and we process through things and I get to share with you guys kind of where I'm at and how I'm feeling about my recovery and, Oh, I don't know. J. Crew, a lot of people, they might be on benzos because that's what they're prescribed. Now, I was a drug addict, honey. And when I took benzodiazepines, I took them because I was taking them to get high. I wasn't taking them because I was prescribed them. I was taking them to abuse them. But, yeah, so I just love you guys. And I hope y'all are all having a really good day. Real talk, will you come on my channel sometime for a talk about addiction? I recently finished a series on this. Yeah, I'll come over there and check your channel out after this. Does that sound good? There are so many deep-seated subconscious reasons why we destroy ourselves. It's not a weakness. It's only human. Haunted by the Truth, I couldn't understand that, though. I didn't realize that the reason why I was using drugs and alcohol was to cover up some other things I was going through. I can go way back into my childhood, you guys, and I grew up, you guys know, in a very religious household. My parents are still married to this day. My mom and dad are great people. They raised me up right? But the problem was that for some reason, as a young girl, I was very insecure, and I had very low self-esteem and self-worth, right? So And my dad was working a lot at this time. He was working overnight. So I really didn't get to see my dad a lot, right? And so the lack of my father being there, which he was there, but he was busy. Do you understand what I'm saying, you guys? Like, it wasn't his fault. There was nothing he could have done. He was working hard to support his family. But it was like just the perfect combination of things together, right? Like low self-esteem, low self-worth, no self-confidence, insecure, struggling with my weight as a young girl, and not having that like father, that dad figure being there to like say, hey, you're doing anyway, it was just the perfect combination of things that happened together that caused that I went and reached for substances, and then I realized how they made me feel, and I felt like those were the answer, and of course my parents told me, you don't want to do this, it's not good for you, right? It's not good for you. Addiction runs in our family. Like, my parents did all the things that normal parents do. They were warning me, they were telling me not to do it. They tried to ground me, they tried to like tell me, lock me in the house so I couldn't go anywhere, but I was going to do what I wanted to do. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? And so I look back on my past when I was younger, and I see where like I see where I made mistakes, and I see where I was reaching for substances to change the way I felt on the inside. And so that's why I'm trying to learn now that I can't do that today. And that's what I'm learning with food. You guys know I'm a foodie. I love to eat, you guys. But for me, I can abuse anything, you guys. It doesn't have to be drugs for me. Like, I have to have things in excess. So let me tell you guys real fast what I did today. Y'all are going to be so proud of me. So I started out this morning just drinking water. I fasted all the way up till 3 o'clock today. And then I just had a turkey sandwich and a big ass glass of water. And I'm just chilling right now. And I'm not hungry. My stomach doesn't feel too full. And I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm trying to and I put a little bit of that apple cider vinegar in there. I'm trying to get my stomach and my system cleansed out. But because I feel just so weighed down. And I know, you guys, I'm trying it out, and I'm doing that intermittent fasting, Charlie. And I know, you guys, if I stay to it and I just get out and I go take my little boy, because we're fixing to go on the big damn bridge and go walking, I know that I'll feel so much better. I just want to feel better, without stuffing food in my face. But I'm telling you guys, addiction is so crazy. It just manifests itself in so many different areas of my life. I'll find last night, I was so upset about that fucking Rewired Soul shit. And then my husband came home with a large pepperoni pizza. And you know what your girl did? I got myself 3 big ass slices of that pepperoni pizza and ate my fillings. I was like, fuck the Rewired Soul. Yes, and sweets and candy, you guys, it's another level. It's another level for me, because it's almost like I get this euphoria from eating the candy. I'm like, ah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I know that's a little probably too much information, but it's just true, you guys. If it's not one thing, it's the other. Okay, that's what I'm learning about recovery. That if I'm not struggling with wanting to use drugs that day, I'm struggling with wanting to eat too much. And if I'm not struggling with eating too much food, I'm struggling with my caffeine. If I'm not struggling with my caffeine, I'm struggling with my girlfriends, and we're at each other's throat about something. Do you know what I'm saying? If it's not one thing, it's the other. It's just that today I don't have to go out and get high over that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Today I can come on here and I can talk to you guys, and I don't have to go out and take drugs, right? We can work it out. We can process that shit, and we can get through it together. And for the longest time, I couldn't do that. I could not do it. Something would happen and it would set me off. And before I could even think I was on the phone with the dope man. It was almost like I was on autopilot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like an automatic response. So now it's like I have that pause in between. I'm like, wait a second. Okay, I'm upset. I need to get myself together. Do you know what I mean? Thanks for saying you know what I mean, J. Crew. I always say that too, so you'll learn. I'm always like, y'all know what I mean? And I say, look at me, y'all, look at me, y'all, look at me. So I don't know, just practicing, like pausing and talking about it. I tell on myself all the time, you guys. Like I come on here and I talk about my struggles, you know, and sometimes they're like embarrassing. Sometimes I'm on here crying, like ugly crying, right? Check it out. But I just do it because it helps me. So it's like, fuck it. You know, I used to be worried about what other people would think about me or they would say stuff about me, but I just don't even, I don't care. You know, I want to help other people and I want to have a recovery family. And I feel like that's finally what I have here, you know, on my channel. So I'm going to get off here before I start getting teary-eyed. I just really appreciate you guys so much. And I share what I'm going through and you guys not judge me. It means so much to me. And I'm just so grateful for my channel and so grateful for all of you that come here and stick it out with me. So I love you guys and I will see you guys tomorrow, tomorrow night. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and record myself reading more about alcoholism and I'll have it uploaded for you guys this evening. Okay. All right. Love you guys.